under attack! What was that? Who threw that? This is an '06 Santa Fe! How dare you!
They are Joshua, and they are David, and they are brothers, not lovers.
Hi, I'm Davey. Tell me your name, Rachel.
Don't call me that.
And welcome to How Dare You, where we take movies that we grew up loving, that people have incessantly bashed throughout the years, and we defend them the way they ought to be.
And you'll notice, it's the first time we've ever done this. We just wanted to try something new.
What are you talking about? We've done this like 5 other times. This is the first time we've done it by itself.
Really? Where was I?
Here, doing these.
We've done these videos together? Cool. I'm famous now.
Seriously, you need help.
YouTube star!
The first movie we're going to How Dare You, a movie we grew up loving that has been incessantly bashed. The sequel to a movie that has a cult following, but somehow this one doesn't.
What movie is that, Davey?
Well, Josh.
I'm trying to be more, showman-like. Just tell the movie.
Caddyshack 2.
They made 2 of those?
They made Caddyshack and then they made Caddyshack 2.
I thought Caddyshack 2 was its own movie.
No, it was a sequel to Caddyshack.
First one had Dan Aykroyd in it?
No, instead it had Bill Murray.
Who?
One of the other guys from Ghostbusters. It also had
the black guy, gotcha.
No, not that one. Venkman.
Caddyshack 2.
Caddyshack, first of all, everybody talks about what a great movie that was. Forgetting that when it first came out, it tanked.
It was made for TV. It was good TV.
No, Caddyshack 2 was made for TV. Caddyshack was in theaters.
So Caddyshack 2 got put on television, and the first one that no one's ever heard of went into theaters. I hate the movie industry.
There's so many things wrong with that, I'm not even going to get started. But yes, Caddyshack 2 was made for TV. It had Chevy Chase's character in it. It had the Gopher. It had Dan Aykroyd. It had Jackie Mason, who this generation has completely forgotten about him, who was one of the funniest comedians ever. It had the guy from Unsolved Mysteries. Like, what more do you want? Like,
It had Robert Stack. Guy's a legend.
And to me, the biggest unsolved mystery is what is your problems with Caddyshack 2? It was funny. Okay, it wasn't raunchy like the first one. It was a family movie, but it was still funny.
It taught me what a funzanoon was.
What's a funzanoon?
Someone who farts in the bathtub and bites the bubble.
It gave you a great idea for if you ever need to go into espionage, the kinds of nicknames you could come up with, like Mr. Sanderson.
And Mr. Zesterhouse.
Boy, Mrs. Esterhaus. It also had Dennis Quaid.
In his best role ever.
It was up there.
Psycho lawyer, the kind of lawyer I'd want.
Oh yeah, that would be definitely my lawyer. The kind of lawyer that would not just be willing to fight in court, but willing to, let's just say in his words, if somebody were trying to sue you, instead of countersuing, he'd go to your house and have you saying things like, "Oh God, help me, please, I'm on fire!"
He'd beat down your door with a freaking baseball bat. And then he'd come upstairs, Junior, grab you by your Brooks Brothers PJs, and jam that brand new BMW up your tight ass!
So there you have it. Those of you who bash this fantastic sequel to a movie that I'm gonna say it, I don't care how many people get mad, was overrated.
Underrated, you mean?
No, Caddyshack was overrated.
Cares about Caddyshack? We're talking about Caddyshack 2.
Caddyshack 2, and for those of you who bash it,
How dare you! I'm Josh, and our next segment is How Dare You. This is your line.
dude, we're into the second movie of our How Dare You.
Yeah?
Yeah. So for our next How Dare You, one that I personally am excited to How Dare You guys about, because this movie needs to be How Dare You'd. Every one of you who bashes this movie, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I don't want to catch COVID. You're not wearing a mask.
Ladies and gentlemen, how dare you bash Ben Affleck's Daredevil?
I have two Here. Two heroes in this world. Daredevil and Joker.
It's an odd combination.
Don't judge me.
I couldn't possibly judge you more than I already do.
The only thing wrong with this movie was that thing that had ears like an elephant and the personality of an angry dying cactus. And Ben Affleck married it. That was all that was wrong with this movie.
I'll give you that. He's talking about Jennifer Garner, who played Elektra.
I think they got that. I'm Electra Nachos.
You did it better than she did.
Yeah.
And I'll give you that. She was terrible in that role. She killed it. It was awful. But everybody else did perfect. Colin Farrell was great as Bullseye. Ben Affleck played Daredevil perfectly. Jon Favreau played a great Foggy Nelson. And a lot of people complained about Michael Clark Duncan playing Kingpin, but let's travel back in time for a minute. This came out in 2002. Who else was going to play Kingpin at that time? Vincent D'Onofrio was not nearly as big as he is now. He was not ready to play that role. So who else were they going to get? They needed somebody who was tough, athletic, and huge.
The guy from the Green Mile?
Yes, that's who played Kingpin. But yes, it was a good movie. It was a good story.
What are he doing these days?
He's dead. He's
Him and Harold both.
yes. He's up there with Harold sharing a Wonka bar.
We're sharing a cup of coffee.
Because his name was John Coffee. Like the drink, but not spelled the same. Is that what you were doing?
You're weird, man.
But seriously, Daredevil was a great movie. It had a great story, had a lot of action. And, okay, was it as up to par of the superhero movies nowadays? No, but then again, none of them were. Because
God, no.
this was just around the time that they were finally taking superhero movies seriously. Now, years later, they released a director's cut, and a lot of people said that that was better. And it was, but the original was still good, and what was terrible is you people. So, on behalf of Ben Affleck, Colin Farrell, Michael Clark Duncan, and all the others that you bashed in that movie,
How dare you!
Welcome. I'm Davey.
here, play with this. For our third, How Dare You? A movie starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. A movie where he goes into a faraway land to combat others from faraway lands. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Oh, you're talking about Lionheart. Yes. Or, oh, you're talking about Kickboxer. Or, oh, you're talking about Bloodsport. No, I'm talking about a movie completely different. I'm talking about The Quest.
What's that word right there?
The.
It's not too hard.
In case you
Are we doing any movie reviews?
Yes, we're talking about The Quest. The one with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Where he goes to the Kumite?
That's Bloodsport.
Where he goes to prison?
That's Lionheart.
Where he faces off against Bison?
That's Street Fighter.
That won't even have the tournament in it?
No, the one movie that was actually based on a game about a karate tournament was not a tournament-style movie. No, I'm talking about The Quest. A movie completely different than anything he had done before.
Yeah, because he had Cockney pit pockets in there.
Yeah, that's what made it different. That's what made it different.
No, there are no police here to help me. Hope you don't find the money strapped to my thigh. I like Family Guy. What's this movie about again?
Again, it is like a completely original movie where he goes to a faraway land and enters a tournament with other people from faraway lands to see who's the best fighter.
Bloodsport.
No!
Did it have a guy that used the style of a monkey?
Yes!
Did it have a sumo guy?
Yes!
Did it have a villain who liked to kill?
Yes!
Bloodsport.
No!
Were they fighting to own a sword at the end of the movie?
No. In this one, they were fighting to have a golden dragon.
It's like nothing he's ever done before.
Exactly! It was completely different, and everyone bashed it, saying it's just like all the other movies he made. How dare you!
How dare you!
Ho! How dare you!
Joshua, for clip hour next.
For our last clip, one of our favorite movies from the great Mel Brooks, Dracula, Dead and Loving It.
We can't review this movie.
But we must. We're scheduled to do a movie about Count Dracula.
Dracula?
Dracula?
Dracula!
Scheduled? That's right, Dracula, Dead and Loving It. Made by Mel Brooks, combining his talents with Leslie Nielsen, who played Dracula. This movie tanked. Everybody said it wasn't that funny, but in my opinion, I don't get how you like Spaceballs and Robin Hood Men in Tights and History of the World Part 1, but not Dracula Dead and Loving It.
It came out when parodies were kind of dropping off and people were just being big babies about comedy. I mean, it's gotta be Oscar gold or nothing.
It was stupid because it was a funny spoof movie. It was very entertaining. It had Steven Weber from Wings. It had Amy Yazbek from Problem Child.
Lysette Anthony from Everywhere in Our Dreams. She's British.
So are these.
Lucy!
It was clever. Mel Brooks played Van Helsing.
Well, hold on. You're not giving credit where credit's due. You had Peter McNichol, Sword and the Sorcerer, Ghostbusters 2, Ally McBeal. Although I'm not really sure who actually watched that show.
He played Renfield in this movie. He didn't want anything from you.
All I want is your life!
My God!
What are you doing to the furniture? I'll have you know that's my knee you're straddling.
This movie was hilarious. The banter between Mel Brooks and Leslie Nielsen.
It was a perfect match.
It means the impaler. He was a bloodthirsty butcher who inflicted unspeakable tortures on the peasants, cutting off their hands and feet, gouging out their eyes, and then impaling them on iron spikes.
They had it coming.
That, and we even found the cure for whatever ails you.
Give him an enema.
An enema?
Yes. It'll give him a feeling of accomplishment.
No, not another enema.
Yes, and another until you come to your senses. And we even learned the proper way to kill a vampire.
A wooden stake through her heart.
No.
Is there no other way?
One other. We could cut off her head, stuff her mouth with garlic, and tear off her ears.
Oh.
Now place the point of the stake directly over her heart and hit as hard as you can. Wait! Now!
They're not all dead.
Oh my God! There's so much blood!
She just ate! Hit her again!
No, I can't.
How much blood can she have left? Go.
And you check, and they're still not all dead.
She's dead enough.
They're dead enough.
I've never seen interviews with Steven Weber talking about he doesn't care that the movie didn't do so well. He was just overjoyed to actually work with Mel Brooks.
Oh, who wouldn't be?
Who wouldn't be?
And honestly, who cares if their movie does good or not? You're making a movie. That's gotta be awesome. We haven't even made our movie yet. Stay tuned. It will be happening. Matt Faster's will happen.
Yes. But until then, all of you who have the nerve to love Spaceballs and Men in Tights and History of the World Part 1, but not enjoy Dracula Dead and Loving It, how dare you?
How dare you!
How dare you?
How dare you!
So that's all for our How Dare You this week. Thanks for tuning in. What's the matter, Josh?
For the week, what do we do till the next time?
You can organize your lunch as an olive loaf. You can Stop doing this Ren and Stimpy parody.
You never let me have fun.
Alright, guys.